Hi everybody, it's your buddy Brad here. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm going to start trying to do um, more videos, at least one a day. Um, if you like this idea, let me know. If you think I should just shut up and everybody be happy, please let me know. So today we are going to take a look at some new scripts from Mimi and Michael Bourne. These scripts, I will include a link on the in my video description. I have not downloaded these scripts. I have not tried these scripts yet. But I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you from scratch how to install and install a script. That's going to be kind of the lesson today. I want to just preface this by saying scripts are not evil. Scripts are not evil. I think some people may think I am anti-script, which it might be odd because I have written many scripts myself. My view, this is my personal view, is that they are just another tool to be used. Just like mutagens and random flames. They are a good starting point. Where I have my issue is if you just hit, for example, let's say I use this image here, which is actually from another flame. If I didn't do anything to this, printed it out, and called it mine, where if I had no real input, that is where I have an issue with tweaking. Basically, if you, as long as you make something and you tweak it, make it your own, that's fine. Of course, you can just render something that the program makes, and if that's what makes you happy, then go for it. But I don't see where the fun in doing that is. And again, that's just my personal opinion. You know, if you're going to do something, at least try to make it your own. Try to add stuff, delete stuff, change things. In JWildfire, there are many, many, many ways that you can change something. So, to me, I don't see where the fun in just rendering something that the program makes and calling it yours is. So, going back to this new script, by Mimi and Michael Bourne. Also Mimi, also aka Deb. Um, it's Bloomers and Michael's Flower Power. And like I said, I have not downloaded this yet. I did read a little bit here. I'm not going to read it all, but there's a new setup here in JWildfire under scripts for to I think it's the import script. Yeah, that's the new button. But I normally don't use that, but they say do not use this. Do not use this button for this script. You can read what they have written here. I'm not going to go through all of that, but I am going to go to the download button. And I have a script folder already. And I'm going to click save. And so that opens up the zip file. And then I have a extract button. I'm going to extract. Hit extract. Of course, if you have another zip file program, I'm just using the Windows zip feature. If you have another program, of course, it might be different for you. So again, I just saved this in my script folder. And so we have it in there now. Then if we go to the scan button, to basically when you add a new script, if you have the program open, you need to hit this button and that rescans the directory to look for new scripts. So I'm going to hit that. Your scripts. And then we have Deb's Bloomers and Michael's Flowers. Let me expand that. Deb's Bloomers and Michael's Flowers. Read me. I am not going to go and read all of this right now. But copy to clipboard, create a new flame, and then add the subflame as your first flame form. Okay. I'm not going to, I said, not going to go through all this right now. Okay, so I'm just going to expand these. Let's try this bloom field here. And I like to look at to see what they start with. So it looks like they have a hypertile. I like to remove finals. E-Julia does some good things. But it's interesting that they have the subflame. So I'm going to open the subflame. I'm hitting Control A, Control All, then Control C to copy it. I want to see what the subflame is. And then from clipboard, that should open the subflame. And it's a pre-blur arrays. They use some GSL, some of the new GLSL in it. Interesting. They have it 3D. And of course, cool, cool. Let me see if I can find the original one. What happened to it? Here it is. Okay, so one thing I've noticed is one of the problems with doing subflames is uh, with scripts is they don't transfer the colors over. If you see this one, you see how it has kind of the green and yellow right here? Should be here too, but it's not, which is a kind of a inherent problem with using subflames. You need to come here to the color mode and set that to 0. And then it actually you can actually kind of see the difference in color a little bit more. I thought it would actually stand out a little bit more, but then again, it might later. Plus, it also has to do with the what finals you use in a subflame as well. And that's a very cool looking flower. I like it. Let's go back here. Try out a few others. There was a recent discussion about using a lot of finals on a flame, and let's see how many finals this one has. Okay, this one doesn't have any finals, but like I did notice that this one had 2, which as a flame having 2 finals is okay. It's just like Andreas says that the finals are what really causes long render time. So the more finals you use, the longer the render time is. One of the ways around that is to add it as a subflame, which I think it, since it makes it as basically a blur, just one blur variation, I've found that it helps cut down on the render time. And that's a very pretty flower. I like that. That's nice. Very nice. See, they use subflame, simple point symmetry. That looks like it's the default. Doesn't look like they changed any of that. Let's see. No, that's all the same. They just looks like it's pulling different subflames. Let's take a look here. I bet we will find a subflame. Well, I guess this folder is, yes, sub. Bloom is sub. Probably the sub stands for subflame. That makes sense now. Okay. That's why there's so many subflames. let's try the flower generators. Nice little flower generator. Another, this is another, just my opinion, or not my opinion, more my personal taste. I've never really been a fan of doing flowers. I've never really tried to do them. Don't know much about them, but so far I think these are some very, very pretty flowers. Very nice. I like it. Now I'm actually going to I'm going to actually set that as a subflame. A quick, easy way you can do that is wrap in subflame. And again, see how it changed the color? If you don't want to change the color, come down here to the color mode and set that to 0. And it also adds another curl. Adds a curl when you use the wrap into subflame. A curl linear by default. And that's a very look at that gradient. It's a very very interesting gradient too. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to remove the curl, remove the linear. I'm going to keep the subflame. I'm going to use one of my favorite variations. No, not the Mandelbot. MobiQ. Since it is a 3D flame, that's why I'm using the MobiQ. The Q stands for it is good for doing 3D stuff. I'm getting some effect here, but I kind of like it better. Let's see here. There you go. So there's that. Let's go back to the script. So we went to flowers, generators. Ooh, a Glen bouquet. Another final linear. Hypotonic. Glen. So I'm guessing they might have the flower as a flame. Blossom 12. I remember Blossom. That was a good TV show. But bum. Gen add-on. This script was automatically generated by JWildfire 4.0 by converting a flame. Well, I am sure it was not just created from the flame, because it has some nice stuff to it. Well, actually, it's like it's just a regular. It's a nice flame, but the only thing that is changing is the gradient. Let's see what some of these Perlin are. I like that one. I like that. That's nice, nice. One of my personal preferences, I always like a higher brightness. Let's try rendering one. That's very nice, very pretty, very pretty. I like it. Well, actually, I think I am going to be finished here. I don't know how to